Hey gang, today we are back at EPCOT, and that is because Disney surprised us with a brand new Food and Wine Festival booth. And it's all about the greatest hits from the past festivals. It's called Festival Favorites, and today we're trying every single new item on the menu, from savory pierogis to curry spice fried cheese and even a froze s'mores milkshake. But are all these old school goodies worth the hype? That's what we're here to find out. But you guys know, you gotta come along.
It's stuff for me.
Now, I don't know about you guys, but I was super shocked to see a brand new food booth drop this late into the festival. Now, what's kind of cool about it, like I was telling you, although it is a new booth for the festival, all of the food that's in it are old favorites, some of them that were definitely some of my favorite from years past festivals. I think it's gonna be a really fun day getting to try all these nostalgic flavors, and they brought it back just for us. And what's kind of funny is I was not here opening weekend for the EPCOT Food and Wine Festival, so this is technically my first time for the 2025 season trying some food. So to get it kicked off, we have to head over to CommuniCore Hall and check out this full new menu. Like I said, this is gonna be my first time kind of checking out the festival for 2025. So before we go find that new food, I actually wanna hop into CommuniCore Hall, because for each festival, they kind of do like a little special decorations, some specialty food items in there, and I just wanna see what's going on in there before we find our new food. Okay, what the heck, you guys? Why didn't anyone warn me? You could tell I have not been here, because you guys probably knew before I did. There was nothing in here. What the heck? Usually they have some sort of like decor or some sort of art piece in the middle, and then sometimes even these windows will be open serving different types of food. So right now it's just a seating area, which is great. We do need tables and seats in the AC for our festivals, and that's kind of what CommuniCore Hall was supposed to be. I just was expecting a little bit more, so maybe that's why they gave us more with a brand new booth, because people were like, what the heck? Where is the food over here? Okay, and we are heading to go find our brand new festival booth, but I want to show you what I just saw in this CommuniCore Hall bathroom, you guys. I'm gonna make sure that there's like no one in there before I show you, but it's kind of cool. Okay, I popped in the bathroom here, and I know it's weird to show bathrooms at Disney, but there's not a lot of people in here right now, but what there is in here are little towel animals. Almost like what they do on the Disney cruises. I feel like some cast members are coming in here and like creating some magic with like little towels. They look like little towel penguins or like towel birds. I love that so much. And if you guys are looking for this new booth, it's actually right by the Mickey and Friends meet and greet. And it says Festival Favorites and on a big giant sign, so I don't think you can miss it. Over the summer, they had like a little goofy, like food eatery thing here, but Festival Favorites is back. Now, they did have kind of a Festival Favorites booth last year, and they had arepas there, which was one of the most delicious bites I have ever put in my mouth at Epcot ever. So hopefully these bites here do not disappoint today. Here is a little sneak peek at everything we are gonna be trying. A potato pierogi, curry spiced fried cheese. We even get a little glimpse picture of what it's gonna look like there. And then for our beverages, there is a frozen s'more. Why do I have to say it like that? S'more. It sounds like that's the appropriate way to say it. They do have some beers and wines, but the returning thing I want to get in the alcoholic beverages is the Irish milkshake with some Guinness in it. This might be my favorite thing to do at the festival. So before we grab this food, I actually grabbed a festival passport here just to see if I could see any sort of hint that this booth was going to be coming. So of course the festival runs August 28th to November 22nd, but August 28th, it was not here. It did not happen. But there are some booths that are still going to open, like within 4 days on September 28th. You can see right there, it says that some booths are still coming to the event. But the Festival Favorites booth was never mentioned, so it's definitely a big surprise for us foodies. So I'm super pumped to come and check out these new Festival Favorites. And so let's get this food feast started, but we're gonna start out with some of their beverages first. So first up, this is the frozen s'more. It's a chocolate milkshake with marshmallow syrup topped with mini marshmallows and graham crackers for $5.25. Okay, just touching this little frozen s'more is cooling me off, and it really is very well presented. I love all the little accoutrement on top. I'm sure the graham cracker right now is just soaking up that delicious chocolate milkshake. And it does say, I think it has marshmallow syrup. I don't know what marshmallow syrup is. When I hear marshmallow syrup, I think like marshmallow fluff. So I don't know if they were able to like reduce that and make a more liquidy version, but there's only one way to find out. And you guys know milkshake needs a straw. They didn't give you like a giant straw. This is just a paper straw. So hopefully the milkshake isn't too thick. The frozen s'more. Let me like stir a little bit here because I think the straw is giving it a little problem. Okay, from what I could get through that paper straw, it's actually very, very delicious. I wouldn't say it's crazy intense flavors, and I wouldn't say like it's overwhelmingly like a s'more taste, but I think all the components together, you get your little graham cracker here, you get a little marshmallow, a little chocolate bit that's on top, dip it in the chocolate syrup. There's no way that this won't taste like a delicious s'more. Did you hear that crunch? I loved that bite with the graham cracker. Now, unfortunately, there was only one graham cracker in there, so that's probably the best bite that I'm gonna have out of this drink, which usually you don't get a bite with a drink, so hey, I'll take it. It has the mini marshmallows, it's very cooling, it's very chocolatey, and I think for $5, I would definitely get again. It's pretty dang good, but this next beverage, this is the beverage that your Irish girly has been waiting for them to bring back. This is the Irish Milkshake. It's Guinness Stout, Bailey's Original Irish Cream Liqueur, and vanilla ice cream for $13. I think for me, the best thing about this festival favorite is that they actually brought the souvenir little cup back. So this is kind of like a harder plastic little cup. You can bring it home, put some beer or wine in it, but it does make me wonder, did they just have like tons of these glasses left that they were like, hey, yeah, let's bring back that milkshake so we can get rid of these glasses? I'm sure it was a little bit of that, but it was definitely a little bit that everyone loved this. I usually am not a Guinness drinker. When I'm drinking beer, I like it okay. It just is a little bit too heavy for my stomach personally. But you take a little Guinness, you take a little liqueur, and you make a cocktail out of it. This is definitely the drink for me. So cheers, you guys. Erin go Braw, the Irish Milkshake. It's strong. It's really, really strong. I will say I'm definitely getting way more of the Baileys than the Guinness, but maybe just the creaminess of everything kind of takes over the Guinness that's in there. So if you're someone who maybe isn't a beer drinker, I think that you would still like this. As long as you like creamy, delicious milkshakes that have a little bit of a liqueur flavor. I don't know if there's any other, so they're saying there's vanilla ice cream in it, and I do feel like it's heavy on the vanilla ice cream, heavy on the Baileys, but for $13, I do think it's still a good festival portion drink. A lot of the times people ask me what my favorite drinks at the festivals are. Usually I don't get the festival drinks. I rather walk up to another pavilion, to another area, and just get like a regular drink at EPCOT, because usually the portions are very small for the price. But I actually do think that this portion for $13, you get 2 different types of alcohol, a souvenir cup, and some ice cream to cool you off. This is definitely the way. So for me, out of both of these, I mean, I would get this again, but out of both of these, I do think this is the winner, mainly because I love a good souvenir cup. So far, 2 out of 2 phenomenal throwbacks to festivals past. Obviously, you guys know this was at the Ireland booth. I'm not sure where the frozen s'more was at. I think they had it at a couple different locations, but the food items we're gonna be getting, I do know we're at the Poland booth and the India booth, and I am so excited to check them out. First up, the potato pierogi. It's served with kielbasa, caramelized onions, and sour cream for $6. First up, the potato pierogi. This was an old festival item from the Poland booth, and they brought it back because it was well loved. And I did remember it differently because it says it's with caramelized onions, kielbasa, and sour cream. For some reason, I thought all of those things were inside of the pierogi, but maybe just the kielbasa is. But we'll find out when we bite in if there's maybe a mixture, but there is some on top and the side as well. But I feel like these are like ginormous. Leave in the comments below. Do you feel like this is like a normal pierogi size, or is this like huge? It looks giant. It does have a nice crisp on it. Oh, now I'm seeing, look, there's actually kielbasa at the bottom here. So is this the only kielbasa? Is there just one little piece of kielbasa and maybe this is just cheese in the middle? Now I'm very confused, you guys, but we gotta find out. Let's bite into this thing and see. Here's the thing, it's really good, but there is only potato in here. In my head, I was kind of thinking the onions, the kielbasa, everything should kind of be stuffed in here, but instead, we have to like make our own little perfect bite, which that's fine. I've made a perfect bite before. I'm not the biggest sausage fan, but if I loved sausage, I would like to see a little more sausage on the plate. But I guess for what? Is this only $6? I guess for $6, you can't judge too harshly on that portion. And then let's get a little caramelized onion. That's gonna be the bite. That's gonna be what we're here for. I just wish it was kind of like pre-chopped up for me and put inside the little pocket of pierogi, but let's try it now. That's the jam. Now I'm assuming why it's like this is because it's probably traditionally served like this with pierogis and sausage onions on the side, and you kind of like fork and knife it. But at a festival, it would be so much easier to like take all these ingredients and put it in that delicious doughy potato pocket so you can walk around and eat. I guess I'm just like used to Mexican food, quesadillas, arepas, you know, things like that, where everything is just packed inside the delivery device. But I really, really like this a lot. Would definitely get again, especially for only $6. But I do think that this next item is gonna give these pierogis a run for their money for sure. And this is definitely my most anticipated item of the booth. This is the curry spiced fried cheese, and it's served with a mango curry ketchup for $5.25. And if you guys have been with this channel for a while, you know why I am excited for this curry spiced fried cheese, because basically it is a curry infused mozzarella stick. Like I said, this is a festival favorite from the past. It was at the India booth, and I'm so happy they brought it back. I do believe I had it. I don't fully remember if it had an awesome cheese pull on it or if I even liked it, because truth be told, I am not the biggest curry spice lover fan. I did have curry when we went to England and London that I absolutely loved. So I think it's just hit or miss for me, and I really hope that this is a hit and not a miss. And then talk about an interesting dipping sauce. This is like a mango ketchup, and I happen to be one of those people who like, I mix a lot of things with ketchup. I like put mayo in my ketchup, and I make like a little burger sauce. Sometimes I put sriracha in ketchup. So I think I'm gonna really like this as a dipping sauce, but you guys know, we gotta see this cheese pull. And before I dip, I'm just gonna bite right in so we can test the fried cheese first without the sauce. The curry spiced fried cheese. Not a crazy cheese pull, but I really like it. I feel like it's a perfect little balance of that curry seasoning with your classic kind of mozzarella stick that we know and love. Flavor-wise, totally on point. Of course, I always want a cheese pull, and I feel like there's no reason for these to not have that, because I didn't see a bunch of them like sitting out in the back. So it wasn't like they were kind of sitting out for a while under a lamp and then they handed it to me. They are kind of making them to order. So I don't know if it's the type of cheese that they're using. It didn't say. It does kind of just taste like a mozzarella, but maybe it is like some sort of like Indian cheese as well, but I really like the cheese and I like how much is in there. It is like stuffed in that stick. Great breading, great crunch, and truthfully, it's not even dry where I feel like I need a dipping sauce, so this sauce can only make it better, this little mango ketchup. So let's do a little dip here. When I dip, you dip, we dip. Oh my gosh. This might be one of the best dipping sauces I have had at Disney World ever. It's saying, like I said, a mango curry ketchup. I taste that mango, I taste the ketchup, and just a hint of curry. I'm telling you, they're doing it right, because I think they know a lot of people are maybe like not the biggest fans of curry. So this is a great introduction into a new flavor profile, and this sauce is fire. I thought it wasn't gonna need it. Well, it doesn't need it, but I want it. You can even see that there's actual like cut up little mangoes in the sauce, like it's just not a flavoring. I gotta go in for another. This is an almost perfect EPCOT snack. If this had any sort of cheese pull, it would be my new favorite Food and Wine Festival snack for sure. And even without it, it still might be. Really good heat, not too much heat at all, not too much seasoning. They just nailed it. I think that's why this was a festival favorite and they brought it back. You guys know I have to try to pull every single one of these sticks, just in case. What if one of them does it? Oh, no, it keeps breaking. I keep thinking it's gonna do it and then it breaks. Really, really great new booth. So happy I came here straight off the jump. And now you guys have all the way until November 22nd to come and get this newish food. So happy they chose to bring back what they did. I think it was a perfectly curated menu. And this is just a perfect day. We're gonna keep hanging out at EPCOT. Okay, review of our festival favorites. And I gotta say, it's hard to pick a favorite. But I think if I only had to get two of those throwback items again, I would get the Irish milkshake for sure, because I think it's a great deal. It tastes flavorful. It was refreshing, but you still get a little adult beverage moment. And then the curry spiced fried cheese for sure. One, because it just branches you out of your comfort zone to maybe try some flavors you wouldn't try. Two, I just love cheese. I'm like a little mouse, like Mickey Mouse. Three, it was crunchy. The price, everything. The pierogi was good, but again, I would go for the fried cheese. And I don't know about you guys, but eating all this delicious festival food makes me want to go on a ride where you can actually see some of it being grown. Let's head inside and ride on living with the land.
One of those living systems is the rainforest, home to the most amazing concentration of life on the planet. In the desert, nature has created a very different, but no less beautiful living system. The American prairie once appeared as desolate as the desert, but over time, rainwater and nutrients gradually penetrated the hard surface of this land. Even the hooves of the mighty buffalo helped create the rich soil that would one day become home to the American farm. Of all the forces at work on the land, humans have had one of the most profound effects. The need to produce food for a growing world led to the enormous use and sometimes overuse of the land. Today, we're learning to live with the land, discovering better ways to grow food that will assure both human and environmental well-being. To help us maintain these carefully controlled ecosystems, and for your safety, please remain seated in your boat at all times. While there are more than 50,000 edible plant species in the world, most of us are only familiar with the handful that make up our everyday diet. The common grains growing here, wheat, maize, sorghum, and millet, plus rice, account for nearly 2/3 of our global food consumption. Learning how to increase yields of these staples is an important goal of research around the world. Nutrients. With it, we can produce over 27,000 heads of lettuce a year in this one small area. These greenhouses represent just a fraction of the work being done worldwide to produce bountiful harvests for our growing population. Scientists, Farmers and even backyard gardeners are doing their part to improve the quantity and quality of foods that we all rely upon. Together, we can continue to find more ways to increase food production and protect our precious natural environment. Only then will we truly be living with the land.
There is no better therapy than living with the land. And what a fun day checking out that new booth. Leave in the comments below, are you guys planning to come to the Food and Wine Festival? Do you guys have a booth that you're excited to check out? I want to hear from you. And as always, peace, love, and positivity, and all the good things. Love you guys. Bye.